My name's Megan, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do CPR. Now you might be wondering, why do I need to know how to do CPR? So I just want you to think about this scenario for a moment. You're taking a casual walk through the park, having a very relaxing time, when you hear someone yelling for help. They sound completely panicked, like the world's about to end. So you come rushing over to see what's wrong, and you see someone lying on the ground, not moving and not breathing. So in this scenario, you can either be the person that could potentially save their life, or you can be standing on the sidelines and not be able to help. So in this video, we're going to teach you how to be that person that has a potential to save a life. So in this video, this bear is going to play the role of the person needing CPR, and then I have my mask over here to give rescue breaths. This is the mask part that's going to go on their face, and then this up here, it'll detach, is a one-way valve to make sure that you can breathe in, but if they vomit or anything, it's not going to come spray you in the face, so that's pretty important. So the first thing you want to do when you think someone needs CPR is you want to shake them and say, hey, are you okay? They don't respond. So you want to tilt their head up a little bit, put your ear by their mouth and nose, see if you can hear them breathing, if you can feel them breathing on your face, or if you can see their chest rising up and down. So do that for like 3 seconds. I don't hear anything, I don't feel anything, I don't see anything. The next thing I want to do is feel for a pulse. So you're going to do that with 2 fingers right on the neck, roughly right here. So you're going to feel for that one side only. You're going to feel for that for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So don't get a pulse. So the next thing I want to do is I want to point directly at someone and say, hey, you call 911. And then point at someone else and say, hey, you go get me an AED. You need to make sure that you specifically point at someone, or else the bystander effect happens and people just assume somebody else is going to do it. But if you single them out, they'll do it. So then you need to start your compressions. First step is take one hand and hold it up. Take your other hand and hold it up. Put them over each other and take your top fingers and bend them down and latch them in. Then you want to take the heel of your hand right here and you want to put it right in the middle of their chest. You're going to do that, and then you start CPR. You're going to do 30 compressions to 2 breaths. For an adult person that you're doing CPR on, you need to make sure that each compression is roughly 2.5 inches to make sure you're getting the right depth for your compressions to be effective. And then for any patient, you need to make sure that you're giving compressions at a ratio of 100 to 120 beats per minute, which is also roughly the pace of the song Staying Alive. So after you do 30 of these, 29, 30, you're going to open their airway. So you want to put your one hand's fingers under their chin and the other 2 fingers on their forehead and open it up like this. So you do that. Again, not seeing anything, not feeling anything. You take your bag, your mask. The pointy part goes over their nose. Bottom part goes under their jaw, roughly right here. You can see it on me. You're going to do the EC clamp. Take your fingers like this. You have an E right here and a C right here. The E goes under the jaw and the C goes right here to hold it in place. The other hand up on the top. Open their airway, and you're going to give 2 slow, easy, even breaths. So while you're giving the breath, you're going to watch their chest, and when it looks like it's rose up as high as it's going to, you want to stop breathing because or else you could pop their lung. So it goes a little something like this. Alright, so you're done with your breaths. Next thing you do is start right back on compressions. You keep going, the same rate, 30 to 2. 29, 30, do it again. Now you're going to keep doing that until something such as an AED arrives or your 911 help arrives. So in the scenario of an AED arrives, you want to have someone turn it on while you continue compressions. You want to minimize your interruption from your compressions as much as possible because they're the #1 proven thing that's going to help save their life. So someone's going to turn the AED on. It's roughly a box that's about this big, and it's in a red case in most scenarios. You can have an on button, just turn it on. Then the AED is going to start talking to you. It's going to say something like attach pads. So you'll pull the pads out of the AED, And they're two rectangles, and they have pictures on them telling you where to go. One's going to go right here, and one's going to go right over here. And again, on the pad, there's going to be the pictures telling you specifically where to put it. Then it's going to say something like attach connectors. So you're going to take the cord from the pads and put it in the AED, and then it's going to give you commands on exactly how to do it. So when it wants to analyze their rhythm and see what heart rhythm they aren't in, it's going to say hold compressions, stop CPR, analyzing rhythm, something like that. So it's going to analyze the rhythm, and then it's either going to say continue CPR, no shock advised. You're just going to continue that CPR, the 30 to 2 again, or it's going to say shock advised, charging, clear. So you need to make sure no one's touching them, they're not laying in any water, anything like that, and then it's going to say shock ready. So you're going to hit the shock button, and then again it'll tell you what to do. Continue CPR. So we're going to continue CPR, 30 to 2. You're going to keep going and keep listening to what the AED tells you until the 911 help gets here, and then they're going to take over everything for you. So now you might be wondering, what if it's a child? What if it's an infant? And it's pretty much the same thing, just a couple things change. So in the case of a child, which is an individual the ages 1 to 8, it's the same thing, but you only use one hand. You still put the heel into their chest in the exact same spot, but you only use one hand, so something like this, and you push down roughly 2 inches, but it's still 30 to 2. It's still the same breathing, still the same everything else, the same AED process, the same 911 process. Now in the case of an infant, which is someone under the age of 1, it's a little bit different, because if there's only one of you performing CPR, you're going to take them like this. You're going to take your, you can take them like this, it's a little bit easier, and you're going to take your 2 fingers, and you're going to put it in the middle of their chest, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, all the way up to 30 to 2. The same thing, just as the patient gets smaller and smaller, your breaths are going to get smaller and smaller naturally. And in the case of an infant, again, under the age of 1, their compressions are roughly 1.5 inches. So I hope I was able to teach you guys how to perform CPR, and that in the case one day that you do need to perform CPR, this can give you the abilities to potentially save somebody's life, whether it be a stranger or even a loved one. Thanks for watching.